Good afternoon, everybody. It's August 6th, 2018, 12:06 p.m. We've got a potential oil trade coming up here, so it might interrupt today's midday, but this one is going to reference the July 12th reporting cycle for our swing trading, and that starts with Apple. And then we're also going to look at some of these alarms that went off today. EXP, Disney, Facebook. We don't have to look at Shop or RCL. Then we'll take a look at the dollar and the S&P. So the report that I'm referencing in this again is the July 12th report that goes out to swing trading members weekly. It's the one that starts with Apple. So we're very likely going to get interrupted here. My apologies. So the S&P will start there. It's up over a buy trigger. So from previous reports and on the model, 28374 area was a buy trigger. Resistance intraday is going to come in at 28493. There's a target at that 28374 area for August 13th, or in a bullish scenario, your next upside resistance and target is 28899 or 299, I guess, on the same day, August 13th, or 29423 is the most bullish. So we'll see how oil and the S&P do here. The dollar, so it is now poking its way up and over this structure. It's getting into a time cycle completion on the 8th. So I'm going to wait for that most likely before I enter a long position targeting 96.77. So I've got it alarmed here. I want to see this. There's a small time cycle here. 7th, 8th, 9th. So I'm watching really close, but over 95.67, I'm long to 96.76 area. Then oil. So I got a big jump today. We got just the first part of the move. We didn't get the rest of it. Just watching here because this is getting close to a channel resistance. It's had a good day though, 68.47 to 69.88, lots of range here today. Good trading day. We've been, of course, we're busy running a business, but actually a few businesses if you want the truth. But oil, if it breaks up over this area, I'm just going to look at its weekly chart here. Well, first of all, in the daily, the MACD is trending down. No, sorry, that's the weekly I'm looking at. Looking at oil charts on another monitor here. And there is a fairly significant resistance coming up. If it hit 70.32 on FX oil on the day, that would be getting into some pretty significant resistance. On this weekly chart, I guess there is really a possibility of 70.74. 70.74 is pretty much an absolute short. Not sure how that relates to the epic model though. So we're watching this big test on the intraday. Okay, so we'll go into some of these alarms. EXP. So EXP had excellent earnings. We've got the chart dialed in. It's been very predictable for us. EXP, Eagle Materials, trading 100 even. Got to bounce off of that. There's a quad line right there. Quad support 98.87 area. This is almost ready for another trigger long. Probably tomorrow morning. Pre-market. Keep a close eye on this one, so I'm not going to alarm it too much higher than it's trading at right now. EXP's got a resistance at 117.92, so if I trigger on this, that'll be my target. This could be a really, really good trade. The buy-sell triggers are on the left side here. It is up over a buy trigger, but I'm a cautious trader, usually. Okay, so that's Eagle Materials, EXP. Oils, the bulls are pushing that resistance area intraday here. The next chart that alarmed today is Disney, DIS. So Disney has earnings here tomorrow morning, is it? I'm not sure, but it's getting right near its main pivot resistance, so I gotta alert the longs to trim going into there. Follow the trade trajectory perfectly. Actually, that line's not even correct. It should be from this. So it should look like that. You go from target to target. So it was trending under the trajectory to the lower target, bounced up, got up. So you can use trajectories to trade too, by the way. On the other side of earnings, if it gets squeezed here, this is really interesting actually. You'd see 124.15 on September 6th. The nearest upside target is 117.38. The downside target, 110.49 area. So trading 116.41 intraday, up a couple percent. Earnings tomorrow morning or tomorrow after market, I can't remember. Buy sell triggers are where the arrows are. Man, if that gets upside of 117.46 after earnings, it's going to see that 124.19 fast. That'll squeeze the shorts hard. So I'm going to alarm this one and then we'll go into the next chart. Oh, that Disney trade might be a fantastic trade. And Facebook alert went out on this one again today. This one's been paying our bills, that's for sure, this year. Okay, I'll just be half a minute. I'm working through alert with Jen here. Okay, Jen got the Disney alert out. Now Facebook is up against a quad wall there intraday. Trade has been absolutely perfect. Structure is unbelievable considering how powerful that washout was. To give you an idea of the machines in the markets nowadays. Unreal. It's also got the 50 MA coming down. It's a 4-hour chart, by the way. The 200 MA above, and then the next resistance at 195.71 is trading intra 183.69. It has support at 18170, but it's the quad. It's trading in the quad now. This is your trading range. It's up over that quad wall resistance, not far above. That's going to target 19571 on the 9th this week. That's a powerful move. So I'm just going to alarm this 185.56. Trade alert. Five, 5, 6, I think I said. On the downside, 18134. Sorry, I'm working a bunch of monitors here. This is real live trading. Nothing scripted here. Oh, there goes oil on me. There it goes. This is going to get really interesting here. Will they make it? The bulls are certainly pressing hard here. The resistance it's fighting right now is a big fib resistance on the weekly chart. And I'm not trying to pick on the epic numbers, but we know how many people open charts and stuff and how long they're in there. I keep screaming about that weekly algorithm model for oil. But you can't force people. So it's right there testing it right now. Oh, what a day for oil. If oil can close above 69.54 today, could be a pretty nice swing. Squeeze sitting up here. Okay, Facebook, we reviewed Facebook, right? I've done so many reviews on Facebook lately that I don't think I need to go through all the levels to watch. And there's a long story here in Facebook to alert. Jen was just asking me how she alerts this one. It's funny, you know, when I look into other alert services and stuff, and they're like, here it's long to here it's long, you know, but there's no consideration to actual structure. Quad walls and stuff are so important. I mean, Facebook today is a prime example of that. This is just the oil chart, just setting up an alarm again. Watching the bulls press this resistance to see if they can get through. So yeah, this, you see the quad wall here. This is its structure right now. So I've got it alarmed. We're in it to win it, of course, like the last washout. Paying the bills. Okay, so what we're going to do is tackle some of them off that report right now. Apple. The biggie. So Apple's structure is absolutely clean like Facebook. Its main pivot of resistance was at 200.53. It launched off of that post earnings. Got through its next resistance. Now it's right near its next resistance at 209.80 area. The one that we're going to be, well, we trim and add above each, but the one that we're going to be really trimming into is 212.63. That's a buy sell trigger there. There's no arrows on this chart, but wherever you see the greens, the grays, lines, horizontal lines, they're always the, there they are. Your buy sell triggers. Anyway, the green and the grays, once you've used our charts for a bit, you'll learn. We add the white arrow to help visually, but once your mind's used to chasing those green and gray arrows, lines, those are your buy sell triggers. So your main structural support is at 200.58. Your main structural resistance is at 212.61. You have intraday resistance at 209.80. Intraday support at 205.77. You can see how perfectly it trades in these support and resistance areas. It's trading intraday 208.78. We're on the other side of earnings. So there will be a trade order go out to trim into this resistance. I'm just going to get an alarm set there so I have it. Okay, so that's the upper chart. We'll go to the next one from that report, July 12th. Next one is AMD. Advanced Micro. So AMD is right up against main quad pivot resistance on the daily. It's at 1935. It hit its target here July 20th. Now it's trending for an upside target here if it gets up over that resistance of 2175 on August 15th. In its most bullish scenario, on August 15th, its upside most bullish price target is 24.15. And to the downside, in a sell-off at 17.04 the same day. It's, of course, definitely trending up, and it's at resistance on the intraday. So I apologize, but I have to take a minute here and talk to Jen and make sure this one gets out on trade alerts. That resistant longs need to trim into this, and then add above, of course. This AMD chart, I'm just going through it again. That's quite a return on equity if that plays out. Jen's busy, so I'm going to have to be the one that does the alert here. So I'm just going to get this out quick. So AMD near 1935 range. Resistance over targets. $21.74, $24.12. What was the date on that? August 15th. Long trims out over. Wow, that's quite a return on equity if that flies. Okay, I got the alert out. Now, well, I guess I better alarm it really quick here. It's quite a structure. Quite amazing, actually. I've traded it a number of times and just didn't like trading it, but this has gone fantastic. The thing that helps, though, you know, are definitely the models. There's no doubt about it. It brings clarity to everything you're trading. And if it's not clear with the model, then you know you're in the wrong trade. So, yeah, AMD. Beautiful. I hope that next extension works. Fantastic. All right, on to the next. I knew this was going to be a tough report to get through. Okay, so there's your resistance result for now. So I'll take another look at it here if it loses the 200 MA. This is a 1 minute chart, by the way, on oil. Give me the 200 MA, thank you. Way too many charts on the go here today. This is going to be a great trading week. See a bunch of people down in the mouth about the markets today, but there's some stuff setting up here very, very nicely. Again, structured models help. Couldn't do it without them. So Facebook came off that quad wall and then bounced VWAP. Just working with Facebook on another monitor here for a minute. Trades so technically. Beautiful structure. Okay, and now I got the bulldog at me. Okay, next. Okay, the next one on that report's Walmart. I had a trade coaching session here between market open and midday. And one of my observations, primary observations or reflections in that trade coaching was how opinionated we are as traders. And I thought, we need that because without that, it wouldn't pay the bills, So when we win, we're winning because, folks that don't know what they're doing need to be right. I remember just as a trader, not as somebody running a service, I remember having to be right. Because I wanted to be right. And now it's, I have to be right. It's a completely different mindset. So when you look at it from the other side of the fence, you look at absolutely how stupid your thinking was before and why you take so many losses when you think that way. It's true. That's just straight out. It's egotistical, lizard-brained, stupid thinking. And sorry, but it is. It doesn't pay the bills. So Walmart's still struggling with this 200 MA. It's got earnings in 10 days. $200 MA is right at a structural pivot. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna Walmart crossing 200 MA is what I'm gonna do here. That's an upside alarm. I got my downside alarm. Okay, so Walmart trading 8962 intraday. Your 200 MA is your resistance above on the daily. Your mid-quad structural pivot upside resistance is 91-ish, 91.10. And your structural support is in around 82.83. That's on the range. Intraday, 87.17 is your support, and your resistance are the quoted resistance and supports. These white arrows are your buy-sell triggers. It's been hitting the price targets on the way down. And I don't think this next one's going to get hit, but earnings in 10 days and that price action will decide things. Next one is Lightbridge Corp, LTBR. One of my favorites to trade. It gets lots of range really fast. LTBR is still under its 200 MA, running along that quad support, multi-bottom, trading 89.6, and I can't do anything with it until it gets over that 200 MA. And I'm not trading it to the short side because, of course, that doesn't put you on the risk-reward side. Some people would argue that, but I'm talking mathematically, based on chart history. Trading is a math business. Okay, on to the next. So RCL, Royal Caribbean, was the next one on the list, but we did that last trading day. So I'm going to go on to the next on that report, JKS, Solar, I think is how you pronounce it. This will be the last one we do today. So JKS has earnings in 7 days. That 50 MA has made its way down to the 20 with price. So this may be where you get the pop. So this is a good place to watch this close. I'm going to set an alert here. There's really not much else to say. I'm looking for a pop on it, earnings in 7 days, so I'll be watching this one close too. I've got it alarmed for a trade alert. And tomorrow we'll continue through that report. I apologize for taking so long today with the few that we did do. But this is such a big test on oil that there's a big trade either side of this. So anyway, we'll get at it again tomorrow. It's 12:54, August 6, 2018. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.